All right, next in the hot seat is Shiann, which I am so excited to talk to you because I feel like on this season, we didn't see much.
Yeah.
But first of all, congratulations for surviving Women Tell All.
Thank you.
That's a feat in itself.
Yes.
But you were talking, you were getting into it. You and Lexi had some tips. And I don't want to get all messy, but I'm just saying it was nice because I think we saw you very quiet on the show. So how did it feel tonight sitting up there on stage and really getting to express what this journey was for you?
It was honestly, so on the show, I was a lot more quiet. I didn't want to get involved in the drama because I was there to find my person. I wasn't there to start stuff, be in stuff. Like, I didn't want it. But then, you know, that doesn't mean I don't have my feelings about situations.
Right.
And so, you know, I'm like, okay, at the tell-all, like, I need to express how I feel because I didn't express any of that when I was on the show, or, you know, nothing was shown. And so that's kind of why tonight I just took it and I was like, look, these are the situations and this is like a real thing.
Oh, I was here for it.
Yeah.
I said, so, please be quiet so Shiann can speak. Oh, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you and I were talking just a bit before we got on the mic.
Yes.
For Bachelor Happy Hour. So when Peter came to the show,
yes,
the only time we've had him on. Actually, no, I lie. We've had him on twice. So when Peter actually came in the flesh to Bachelor Happy Hour, he revealed that he didn't pick any of the flight attendants. He sent home 3 flight attendants the first night. But then he said there was one that revealed herself in a very interesting way.
Yes.
And we never saw that on the show. So is there something that you want to tell us that we don't know?
So I used to be a flight attendant.
Okay. She's the one, guys. It's her.
Surprise. Yeah, so I used to be a flight attendant. It was a couple years back. But after night 1 and I realized he sent all of them home, I was like, like, I'm keeping that a little, like, I gotta build a relationship first before I
do you play chess? No. Because you were playing chess that night and you were winning because the 3 of them went
home. And I was like, and so when I told him like that I was a flight attendant, it was in that kind of dramatic scene. So we were sitting there, we're having our conversation. I was like, how are you? Doing good. Okay, cool. But there's something I need to tell you. And he's like, what? And I was like, God. And I like started like kind of having like a mini panic attack. I'm like, it's on my chest. Like, I've been laying in bed, staying up late about this. Like, I don't want you to think anything different about me. And he's like, Shiann, what? Like, you're really scaring me. And I'm like, I take this long break and he's like, Shiann, like, tell me. And I look up at him and I'm just like, I used to be a flight attendant. He's like, are you freaking kidding me? And he like jumps back in his seat and he's like, oh my God, you scared the crap out of me. I thought it was something else. And we just laughed and like talked about flying and stuff. And
he's still talking about it because he loves it. He was excited to tell us. I DM'd him the other day because I'm like, who's this mystery flight attendant? And when he told me it was you, I was like, are you kidding me? And he's so upset that didn't make the cut.
It was so great. Like, I'm so sad that didn't show because there was a lot of me crying. And I was like, and that was like one moment where I was like, oh, they're going to show this and everyone's going to be like, yeah. And they didn't even show it. I was like, great. Okay, fine.
Do you feel like you have any regrets? Because it's one thing to be in it all.
Yes.
And then you go home and then you watch where you were a part of it and then so much more of it back. Do you feel like you have any regrets from this season?
I definitely could have been more aggressive. I you know, it's hard when you're on the show. You try, but that doesn't mean you get your way.
Yeah.
And I definitely did try, but I could have been more like, no, like, I need this. I'm going, you know, go, rather than being like, no, and be like, okay. Like, I should have been more aggressive. And that's kind of one thing, like, I definitely wish I could have done more.
Well, I can see why you didn't want to be aggressive because there was a lot of aggressive behavior.
Yeah. And I'm not a person to just being naggy like that. Yeah. I'm just not like, I will put forth the effort, but I'm not one to just be in your face all the time. Go. You know, so that was something that was challenging for me.
Who are you close with from your season?
I'm actually really close with Tammy. Me and Tammy are super close.
I am so actually happy that you said that because
I love her so much.
Watching tonight, it seems like who's friends with, I think at one point I saw you kind of like consoling Tammy. But I was like, who's friends with Tammy? It just seemed to be so much build up and attack on Tammy. And I get it. Tammy made some mistakes.
She did.
Throughout the show. Everybody did.
Right.
And I think, you know, I I relate to someone with a strong personality and a lot of opinions. And, you know, sometimes we navigate things differently, but it's really nice to hear that Tammy actually has a friend in the house.
We talk every day.
Well, tell us what you like about Tammy, because it seems like I feel like it's lost in some of the drama.
The thing is that regardless of, and it's with that personality, like regardless if she gives you the tough love when you need it. She's there when you're sad, when you're upset. If you need someone to talk to, she listens. But then she kind of brings you back and she's like, okay, have your moment, but also like come back and you're better than that and move forward. Don't listen to the hate. Don't do this. And it's a great thing to have. Like, yes, she's tender in those moments of where you need a good friend and you just need a shoulder to cry on. But like, she also builds your backbone, and she's like, don't be weepy. Like, come on.
And I think we see that.
I'm like,
I think,
you're right.
and we all need that friend.
Yeah.
And I think we do see that. It's just so much happened after that we forgot, because let's not forget, during Champagne Gate, it was Tammy who was comforting Kelsey and who was checking to see if everyone's okay. And she was like, Hannah Ann said she didn't. And she was really trying to be the mediator and dissolve the situation and kind of find a resolution to it.
And yes, she's strong in her words, and some people just can't take that for what it is without feeling attacked. And I don't think it ever comes in a place of being attacked. I think that some of those moments, you know, between Kelsey and Tammy and Sydney and Tammy or whatever, and that in Costa Rica, it was just, I feel like Tammy was feeling attacked, and then that's when it just came out. Yeah. You know, and that can happen to anybody. I don't think that's a fault on Tammy. I told her, I was like, you could have handled that a little bit better. Right. But that's with anyone. It's a learning experience. Yes. And so you watch it back and you're like, yeah, that wasn't right. I should have said it this way.
And you think she learned from this experience?
Definitely.
Good for her. So before I let you go, I have to ask you, because we have no idea what happens at the end of this. This is a first, not a first that I necessarily like. Yeah. I want to know what's happening. So what happens at the end of it? What do you think happens at the end of this season?
God, I truly don't know. And I've tried to like make equations. I'm like writing it down, like Madison does this, and then Hannah Ann does this, and then Peter goes home and Barb's crying about Matt. Like I've like literally written it down and tried to figure out the answer. I don't know, because every time I see an episode, I'm like, oh no, it's this. And my whole thing changes.
And when you were saying that, all I saw was the meme where the woman has the equation and the chalkboard behind her, and she just looks more confused and more.
That was literally, that's me. It's just,
that's all of us. It's all of us. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's so nice to meet you. Oh, okay.
This is my first podcast, and I'm so honored. I love this.
Some more time.
I literally do it all the time, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being here. Not everybody gets to come in the hot seat.
I feel so honored.
So it's such a pleasure to meet you. Have fun tonight, because I know the after party's going to be popping.
I'm ready for the pizza.
Oh, I didn't know there was pizza. Okay, let's go.